Tens of thousands of Palestinians streamed into the most heavily destroyed part of the Gaza Strip on Monday, a stunning reversal of the mass exodus from the north at the start of the war. The UN observed over 200,000 people moving north in Gaza on Monday morning alone, in accordance with a fragile ceasefire. Ismail Abu Matar, a father of 4, described the scene as the joy of return, with people singing, praying, and crying as they reunited with relatives. The ceasefire aims to wind down the deadliest and most destructive war ever fought between Israel and Hamas and secure the release of dozens of hostages. Israel said Monday that a Hamas list shows 8 of the 33 hostages to be released in the ceasefire's first phase are dead. A video of an Israeli hostage in Gaza was released by a militant group, adding tension to the fragile ceasefire. In the video, Arbel Yehud, kidnapped from kibbutz near Oz, is seen giving a statement under duress. Israel delayed the return of Palestinians to northern Gaza for 2 days, accusing Hamas of violating the ceasefire agreement. Yehud is expected to be released on Thursday along with other hostages, in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners. Hamas kidnapped around 250 people during their cross-border attack on southern Israel, with around 90 hostages still in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is hoping to visit Washington for a meeting with President Donald Trump as early as next week. The European Union's foreign ministers have agreed to redeploy a civilian monitoring mission to the Rafah border crossing between Gaza and Egypt. The mission will allow injured individuals to leave Gaza and receive medical care. Israel's president is calling on all nations to use their influence to free the remaining hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Isaac Herzog made the appeal at the UN's annual commemoration of the International Day in memory of the victims of the Holocaust. Herzog sharply criticized the United Nations for manipulating the definition of genocide to attack Israel. Turkey has told the Syrian armed groups it supports to integrate into the new national army. Hamas officials are in Cairo to discuss the implementation of the ceasefire deal. Egypt's parliament speaker strongly rejected proposals to move Palestinians out of the Gaza Strip and the occupied West Bank. On a hill overlooking Gaza, Israelis have mixed emotions about the ceasefire. Some Israelis demand real security and to hurt their enemies, while others hope for peace and normal life for both sides. Israel says a Hamas list shows that 8 of the 33 hostages to be released in the first phase of the Gaza ceasefire are dead. An Israeli strike in the West Bank killed 2 people and wounded another 3. A former Israeli general says the war has ended very badly for Israel. Israeli soldiers killed 2 people in southern Lebanon as residents tried to enter villages where Israeli forces remain. An Israeli military doctor says the returning hostages are in poor physical condition and face a lengthy recovery process. The death toll in the confrontation between protesters and Israeli troops in southern Lebanon has risen to 24. Israeli authorities arrested 2 citizens for allegedly conducting missions on behalf of Iran. Tens of thousands of Palestinians returned to the devastated northern Gaza as Israel lifted its closure under the truce. Yasmin Abu Amsha, a mother of 3, walked nearly 4 miles to reach her damaged but habitable home in Gaza City. The most important thing for many Palestinians is that they returned home, despite the destruction. The fragile ceasefire brings a glimmer of hope, but the path to lasting peace remains uncertain.